and to do, especially in a commercial context. Where
well, it's hard too because it's like it's all product based too. It's like, well, are you selling something good or not? Because like there's so many polished turds out there too, where like, man, this would be a lot easier if the product was good.
Yeah. Well, this is more Simon Sinek, but Simon Sinek's book that got him on the map was you start with why and the golden circle, which so the argument in the book is, typically most brands message outside in. So they start and they say, my name's Michael. I run, a big box store. We sell boxes. Our boxes happen to be bigger, cheaper. You have the differentiators. Don't you want to buy a box from me? And you're like, no, that's not really that interesting. So if you flip it and you start with a why, which is the innermost circle of this chart, you would say, every day we get out of bed and our belief is that people should have a place to put their stuff. We happen to have cheap boxes. They happen to be big boxes. We have to have all the kinds of boxes. And, those boxes can help you move. Would you be interested in a box? Like, certainly a better message. And so when you think about brands that are really good at marketing, like Apple, it jumps to mind. Like, Apple doesn't start with product, right? Like, they start with this, like, everything we create is designed to empower users in a way that's easy to access and allow them to achieve the life they want to achieve.
I think Apple had an amazing foundation with Steve Jobs. So Steve, I don't know if you've read like Walter Isaacson's book or anything, like his biography or anything.
Good,
so good. He was such a visionary where he's like the consumers don't know what they want.
Yeah,
we need to create something that's going to push it and tell them what they want. Which I think they did for years, but I think that now they're kind of boring. Mm-hmm. And I hate saying that, being a diehard Apple person my whole life. But it's been a while since they really done something amazing. Like Apple should have done AI. Like Apple should have been the forefront. They were too busy building a car that never came out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they should have been going in other directions, in my opinion. But
Steve Jobs was to that point about finite versus infinite views in business. Steve Jobs was incredibly good at setting an infinite vision for Apple. Like, it wasn't about always having the best thing. It was about how do we look ahead 10 years and see, oh yeah, we should have an MP3 player and a phone be the same thing. Mm-hmm. Let's have a mini computer in our palm. Like, let's do that. And yeah, it's not going to give us 3 or 4 or 5 years of strong profitability, but when it comes out, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And that was an incredible vision that certainly I think has diminished in recent years.
Well, I think you can watch the structure of Apple because, Steve was in there really early and then they fired him. Mm-hmm. And so Steve made them blow up. Mm-hmm. Then he got out of control. They fired him. Then 5 years goes by. He does Next computers and then he does Pixar.
Right.
I don't know if you know the Pixar thing, but then he literally changes how movies are made. And then Apple just goes, and then they bring him back. He goes like this. And now I feel like other than the fact that they really are a monopoly with the App Store and all of that other stuff. And I think 80% of phones still, but they're not doing anything magical right now. I haven't seen for years anything too magical.
And maybe we'll see someone soon. I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting time for them.
Either that or we'll have Waymos what is they called? Waywoms?
What?
Waymos are the cars. No, I'm talking. It's the Chinese equivalent of Apple. It's like
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wami or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not familiar, but I know what you're talking about, but I couldn't name it. So.
Yeah. But it just comes back kind of full circle to us talking about like how executives kind of get in the way too of creatives. Because they just want returns, so then they don't do risky things.
And not to like go down into another rabbit hole, but we've been talking about this a lot on our podcast, which is like you look at the way movies are getting made right now, right? Like everything's a superhero movie, and like again, it's this model around like, well, what's guaranteed to make us money? Like we haven't seen like those mid-budget
movies.
They don't get made anymore.